Oftentimes, when we see athletes, whether we're watching the NBA, NFL, or the Olympics, it feels so far away. The athletes look like stars, so out of reach, practically unattainable. We fall into the illusion that they were born that way, that they were chosen to be on the big screen, and that it's something common people such as ourselves could never achieve. We're here to debunk this perception. Athletes reach their status of fame and success through their hard work, and many times they come from challenging backgrounds where they have to struggle.
Welcome to Against the Tide. We are Kuzey Varol and Zeynep Oralkan, and we will be your hosts for this episode. We will be discussing the journey of different athletes who came from unfavorable circumstances and truly went against the tide to get where they are today. As you listen, keep an open mind and realize that your dreams are not unattainable. All you have to do is try.
When we hear of countries like Syria, we don't really think of accomplishments. We've been trained through the media to have a certain perception of the country and the people that inhabit it. We think of poor people, bombs, and destruction. And while these are all things that happen there, it shouldn't be the only thing we recognize. Here we will highlight a Syrian athlete, a young woman who literally swam for her life and swam her way to the Olympic Games, Yusra Mardini, and give you a new perspective of her country and her people.
Yusra Mardini was born in Damascus, Syria in 1998. She enjoyed swimming from an early age and took her training seriously while enjoying her time with her family. In 2015, Syria faced a civil war. At only 17 years old, Yusra and her sister Sarah were forced to leave their family and their country behind.
On their journey to safety, Yusra and her sister went from Lebanon to Turkey, where they got on a boat hoping to reach Greece. As the young girls were sitting on the boat, trying to come to terms with everything that they were experiencing, they suddenly felt a stop. The boat's engine stopped working. As everyone panicked and the boat began to rock, Yusra, her sister, and two other passengers took initiative and jumped into the water. They pushed the swimming boat in untamed waters against the tide all the way to Greece. They still weren't done even after such a crazy journey. They had only landed in the Greek island Lesbos. They continued their journey through Europe and finally found their way to Germany and settled down in Berlin. They completed their journey and found a safe country where they could take shelter, but it was not easy. Yusra and her sister found support from the refugee center, and Yusra found a swimming club where she could continue training. Wasserfrud Spadu 04.
In 2016, Yusra's parents were able to leave Syria and join them in Berlin, uniting the family. Yusra continued her training and qualified for the Refugee Olympics team, fulfilling her long life dream of becoming an Olympic athlete. This competition was not only her debut in Olympics, but her rise as an inspiration and public figure. After 2016 Olympics, Yusra's story gained a lot of attention and inspired her to speak out on her role as a refugee and strive to improve their reputation. As she continued to advocate, speak up for everyone who has forced to leave their homes, like she archived great things. In 2018, she was announced as the world's youngest Goodwill Ambassador for UNHCR. The UN Refugee Agency. Yusra took the advantage of momentum she gained and wrote her own book, Butterfly, From the Refugee to Olympian, My Story of Rescue, Hope and Triumph, telling people about her experience and how she got where she is now. As her story gained publicity globally, Sally El Hosseini, a BAFTA-winning film director, reached out on her to make her life a movie, literally. Yusra accepted the offer, and now her story is in Netflix originals, The Swimmers. As she continued her social work and life as an advocate, she never forgot about swimming and continued to train diligently. She completed again in 2020 Tokyo's Olympics, exemplifying her diligence and dedications to the sport. In 2022, Yusra moved to Los Angeles, LA, in the United States to study at the University of Southern California, majoring in cinema and visual arts. She officially retired from swimming in 2023, but came back to the Olympics in 2024. She was no longer as an athlete, but as a Eurosport reporter covering the Refugees Olympics team.
In no way did Yusra live a perfect life or have the perfect conditions where she was set up for success, but she took advantage of whatever she had and put in the work, setting herself up for success. There were many points in her life where Yusra and her family could have chosen to give up, maybe on the boat, or when she got to Greece, or maybe all the way back in Syria when the war first began. If she had, we would not be here talking about her, and you would never learn about her and her name. If you simply see her on TV competing at the Olympics, you may have thought that she had it easy, or that she has it so much better than you, but this is a shallow way to think. Success is not unattainable, and it is not objective. Your idea of success may not be becoming an Olympic athlete or a public speaker, but maybe you just want to get into your dream school or land a good position in the job you're applying for. Whatever you aspire to do, make sure that you put in your best work, because although it is easy to find anything else to blame, a lot of the time, the only thing truly holding us back from big achievements is ourselves. Don't let your mind become a barricade, instead let it open doors.
We are against the tide. This is Kuzey Varol and
Zeynep Oralkan, thank you so much for listening.